think Bear kind of dominates this category as a whole. I mean, they just have more options, right. A couple more, in my opinion. And the price point on theirs is the lowest.
Yep, it is the best price point.
By far the best price point. And Bear's a household name, right? Bear's been around since the beginning. Everybody knows who Bear Archery is. And they've really done a good job these last couple years, the last 2 years, I think, coming back up from what I've seen, right? Because Bear was always, in my opinion, over the last decade, a Walmart brand.
Right.
Like an Academy Sports brand. You go, you get it from there. Just honestly kind of junky, in my opinion. Especially their entry and mid price point bows. We're not talking about flagship bows. We're talking about this particular price point. Well, with the changes that they've made in the bows that they've introduced, I think they really dominate this price point. And they've done a fantastic job with their 2026 bows. So the Bear Alaskan Pro and the Bear Adapt 2, the HP version.
Right.
Performance-wise, fantastic. The feel of these bows, incredible. And then the looks and the camo patterns that they've got are, dude, awesome.
Yep. Yeah, you can't go wrong with, so Monster Oak Bottomlands, I really like the new one, the Emerge 2.0.
That's my favorite pattern that they've got.
I love it too. It's a great looking pattern. So if you've never seen it before, honestly, it's kind of familiar to the Marine Corps' pattern, the MARPAT that we have.
The Digi?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Digi pattern. It looks very similar to that, but just a little bit more blockier and splotchier, but great pattern in my opinion.
I think it looks awesome. For Eastern North Carolina, like East Coast greens, it's killer.
It's a phenomenal pattern.
Killer. So let's talk about the Alaskan Pro first. So cam system, the EKO² to the second cam. So quick note, make sure you pay attention to where you put your, it's a little deceiving, dude.
It is, yeah.
So you need to pay attention with this cam when you change draw length, because I screwed it up yesterday. I'm glad there was 3 people, all 3 of us here, because I changed this bow from 30. I didn't realize it was a 30.5 inch draw length to 25.5 inch draw length.
Yep, and I thought I said that, but maybe I didn't.
No, I just probably not paying attention. It was set at 30, so I thought it was maxed out. You told me it was set at 30. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. And I just counted for the draw stop, and I moved the actual mod to the right 28.5 inches that I wanted to shoot it at, but I left the draw stop at 29 inches. And I drew the bow back, and buddy, it locked out, and luckily I had JR and Ed there. I was like, guys, we got a problem. They're like, no, man, you're good. And I was like, watch. I went to let it down. The string is just limp.
I'm like, oh, crap.
Oh, so we had to take and do some emergency
maneuvering to get in the press.
Dude, we did. So it's funny how we, because this happens, right? And it's always terrifying. The first thing you want to do is throw it down and jump, in my opinion. Like, just get the cams to roll over and throw the bow. But what we did is we kept the bow locked out, obviously, pulled the arrow out. I was holding it. I changed it over to JR. JR, after we took the arrow out, holding the string, holding the bow, and then we kind of maneuver and we get the press set up real quick so we can hold the bow, get on a stepstool, put the bow in the press, and then me and Ed adjust the press, tighten the press on it so that we can press the limbs and roll the cams back over and then slowly let the bow back out to avoid blowing the bow up.
Yep.
It's a fiasco. So yeah, just pay attention. But back to that cam, the draw cycle on that bow is incredible. Those bigger cams are just really, really smooth. They put up, that bow's fast.
It is. It's very fast. I don't remember.
It doesn't have.
Yeah, 339 was the.
It has an IBO 339, which is slower than the Ascend. But I shot the bow yesterday at 28.5 inches with a 420 grain arrows at 70 pounds, and it shot 297.
Yeah.
Dumb. That's crazy fast.
Yeah. I haven't chronoed it yet at 30, but it feels fast. So,
I bet it is. Dude, it's got to be close to the fastest.
I would have to kind of agree, especially with it being a 33-inch axle bow.
6.25 inch brace height.
So it's great, honestly, great specs right there for everything. It's going to be very forgiving for anybody to shoot it, but it's still a great axle length and a great brace height. So
yes, I
think very forgiving. I did shoot it at 30. It does feel like the draw cycle stacks a little bit more. I don't know if it felt like that at all at 28.5.
No, not really.
But it wasn't bad. It's just a slight curve. is what I kind of felt like. But it was still a great feeling bow.
Right.
Honestly, super dead feeling after a post shot.
Dude,
it felt like nothing there almost.
I would agree. It feels fantastic post shot. And, you know, that's not important to everybody, but that is important to some people. And obviously these are packages. So it had accessories on it, but it just, after the bow shoots, it's dead. There's nothing, there's not really any feedback, any vibration. It's fantastic. But the Cam 2 on it, the cool thing about it, you can adjust the let off on this bow. You can shoot it at 80 or 85%, which is, again, looking at the technology that they're bringing over into this price point is incredible, because you used to not have that.
Yep. So the biggest thing with that is, you know, you got to kind of pay attention to when you're setting up your let off, your draw stop.
Very much so.
Sorry, string stop. It's got an arrow on it. So and then the cam's labeled 80 or 85. So you just have to point it towards whichever one you want, that arrow. So just keep that in mind. So it's basically just making the string stop a little bit more oblong. So that's where you're getting that 80 to 85% let off from.
Right. Yeah. Just a cool feature because you're able to really fine tune these bows to, you know, to shoot like you want them to.
Yep.
These bows you can shim.
Yes.
Right. And was it a split yoke on that?
It is not.
It's not.
It's just control cables.
It's just the control cables, and you can go ahead and. It is a little bit confusing with the shim system though.
Right.
So, because it's not like hey, these are your three options. It's always got to equal 3, or it's always got to equal 4, or whatever it is, or 220 like a PSE. It's you just have a bunch of spacers in there.
Right.
Which, you know, I don't know.
If you're new to that, definitely don't take it on, or try to get with Bear or your local dealer. Hopefully they can help you out with that. But yeah, it can be a little bit more daunting to shim this if you need to. But from what I've seen so far, the little bit of shooting I've done on that bow, I even had a little bit overspine arrow, and it actually seemed like it shot pretty darn good. You know, I haven't shot it through paper, but it looked pretty good. So pretty easy to tune, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Which is good.
Yeah.
My concern is, because it's not like easily identified, if you were to drop one of those shims and not realize it, that could be an issue.
Yep. So that's why I always take a picture or try to annotate or make a drawing or something so you can reference back to what it was.
Yes. And then, so this bow is, we sell it at Extreme Outfitters in a ready to hunt package. So we carry all these bows at our shop. And we can actually sell these bows online, which is kind of cool. So we can build these out for you, set them up, tune them, build arrows out to you, and ship them directly to your door. And the price point on this one is pretty fantastic for the package, $759, and you get, I would say, pretty decent quality accessories. So these have whisker biscuits on them.
Right.
But they shoot and tune really well with those. And it's the new IMS style integrated whisker biscuits. So they integrate into the rest. So everything, again, very nice, low profile. You've got Picatinny mounted sight option that it comes with.
Comes with I think it's the Cloak 5-arrow quiver, which is pretty nice. I forget the stabilizer, but it's a 6-inch stabilizer from Trophy Ridge.
Stop.
Yeah, that's right, the shortstop. And it comes with the wrist sling and everything. One of the nicest features, though, and it's not even super big, but it's got that built-in rope puller on the very front of the limb pocket. I love that. For whatever reason, I love it.
It's so to pull your bow up the tree, it's got this little, so you don't got to hook it to the cam or what. So it's quiet because it's rubber coated, and you just hook your pull cord up to that and pull it straight up the tree. It actually is a really nice feature.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I was super happy when I saw that. I'm like, man, that's cool.
That's crazy. Out of all the features we've got, that's the highlight for JR.
Yep.
Which I don't blame you, dude. It is a nice feature.
Yeah. And it also has upgraded roller guard system too, instead of a friction slide. So
yeah. So actually,
nice little upgrade.
Had a question on that. As far as noise, I actually read a comment yesterday about it. Less noise with that. I would, right? I mean, it's definitely an upgrade from the friction slide.
Yeah,
I think, and it's a big upgrade. And it doesn't increase the noise of the bow at all. And if anything, it makes it less noisy.
Right, and it's going to put less wear and tear on your strings and cables.
Yep.